Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of my DVD update. Last time we looked at my horror collection, the 6-pack horror collection, History of the World Part 1, and Mallrats. Next, we've still got a pile to do, so let's get cracking. Next up, we have Ed Wood, the Tim Burton film, starring Johnny Depp. Big surprise there. Where Johnny Depp plays legendarily bad film director Ed Wood. He's considered to be the worst film director. I just hit the tripod. He's considered to be the worst film director of all time, which is now why people like Uwe Boll, everyone's comparing him as the modern day Ed Wood, because he made films like Plan 9 from Outer Space. I'm talking about Ed Wood, not Uwe Boll. He makes those really bad video game based movies. But yeah, he made films like Plan 9 from Outer Space, Glenn and Glenda, Bride of the Monster, and the film basically is just meant to be Johnny Depp playing Ed Wood. It's all about his career in film, at least his career up until Plan 9. They don't show anything out after Plan 9, because that was when he kind of went a bit weird and started doing like softcore porn and stuff like that. But yeah, they only focus on his early films, the ones he's most well known for making. So it's also about him meeting Bela Lugosi, who's played by Martin Landau, who of course won an Oscar for his performance in this, and he was really good. Johnny Depp was really good. Everyone was really good in this film. No, I don't actually have any complaints with this film. It's one of my favourite biographies. I'm a big fan of biographies like this. One of my all-time favourite films is Man on the Moon, the Jim Carrey biography about Andy Kaufman. I know that has gotten a lot of facts that are not in there, and it changes a lot of stuff around, but I still enjoy it. But anyway, with a biography, you're not meant to do everything right. Especially in a movie, you have to kind of edit it around for a movie. You can't just make a film that is exactly like someone's life. You have to make it feel more like a movie. So yeah, I don't have a problem when biographies change stuff around. The only time I actually did was with the film Lovelace, which is of course the biography of Linda Lovelace, where they literally cut stuff out of her life and pretend like it didn't happen. Like they're saying that Deep Throat was her first and only porn film, despite the fact it was her second porn film, and she was in other films after that. She was in Deep Throat Part 2. They literally say she wasn't in the sequel, in the film. That film's kind of stupid. I did like it, but it was kind of stupid. But yeah, Ed Wood, I think for the most part, is pretty much accurate. But of course I don't really know much about his life, so I can't really say anything. But yeah, great film, one of Tim Burton's best. Next up we get a movie that I watched on TV a while ago, did not like it, bought it on DVD so I could watch it again, and still haven't gotten around to it because it's a 2.5 hour movie. Mulholland Drive, directed by David Lynch. I like David Lynch. I love Twin Peaks, even though I haven't seen Series 2 yet, or the movie. But yeah, I'd never actually seen one of his movies, so I thought Mulholland Drive is the one that's been getting most critical acclaim out of any of his films. It was on TV, thought I'll give it a watch, and I did not like it. I didn't understand it. It was just a really weird movie, and I tried my hardest to understand it, but I just didn't. And this is going to be one of those times where, you know, when people say, oh, you didn't like this movie because you didn't get it, and half the time it's not because you didn't get it, it's just because you don't like it. I didn't like this because I didn't get it. Yeah, it's a really confusing film. The last half hour I don't think makes any sense at all, but yeah, I did not know what was happening in the last half an hour. Especially the ending. The ending, I was like, what the fuck just happened? But yeah, it is a well-made film. My biggest problem with the film is kind of the acting and some of the writing and stuff. It feels like they just took it out of a really shitty soap opera. And I know some of Twin Peaks does that, it's kind of like a melodrama, but it actually works a lot better in Twin Peaks, because the whole style of the film, or the show, is like that, and it's designed like that, and it when it does the really weird stuff like the dream sequence with the dwarf, it actually fits into the show. In this, it just really felt out of place. But yeah, I didn't think it was a terrible film at all. I thought it was very well made. I just didn't like it because I didn't understand it. But yeah, I'll give it a watch sometime. Next up, we get one of my favourite films of all time. I need to get the other films in this collection. I hit my tripod again. I have got them, but this is a specific release of the original trilogy of this series that was released, and I've only got this version, the definitive version on DVD so far. I'm talking about Star Wars Episode 4, the limited edition. I actually had this when I did my last DVD overview collection video, but I forgot to talk about my Star Wars collection. I hit my monitor. I keep hitting stuff with the DVDs. I have a Star Wars collection over there next to my monitor, and I didn't show that for some reason. I've just got all 6 movies and the video games I own. But yeah, I don't own the limited edition versions of 5 or 6. Yeah, for those who don't know, the limited edition version comes with 2 discs. One has the, of course, the digitally remastered, or as most people just say, digitally altered versions from, it's probably the DVD release. I don't expect it to be the 97 special edition version. And it, of course, has the original theatrical, unedited, unaltered version on disc 2 in 4x3 letterbox. It's region 2, so I can watch it on my Xbox, so it's not as big a problem. Whereas History of the World Part 1 was region 1, and Xbox 360s don't support any other region in the country it's from. So yeah, I can easily watch it. I haven't actually watched this version yet. I have seen the unaltered version before, but yeah, I remember. I think the unaltered version was the original version I saw. My dad taped the films off TV before I was born, before '97, which when I was born, when the special editions came out. So yeah, I'd seen the original unaltered versions before multiple times. So but I grew up watching the DVD releases, so I didn't see the original unaltered version till a couple years ago, again anyway. And yeah, it's much better. It's simple as that. The effects are much better. They're not as cheesy. There's not the really terrible comic relief from the prequels that George Lucas tried to shove in. There's also Han shoots first. That's the biggest complaint a lot of people has. They edited it so Greedo shoots first instead of Han in the cantina scene. Also, in episode 6, there isn't a really terrible dance number from the aliens. The original unaltered versions are just much, much better. There's no arguing about that. I think everyone will agree it's much better. And I don't think that what George Lucas did was a bad idea. I don't think going back in and editing the effects is a bad idea at all, especially if you're just doing a few tweaks to make some of the things you had that went wrong or something better. Nope, he just went in, edited all the effects, changed random stuff around that didn't need to be changed, and of course added A New Hope to the name, which is not that bad actually. And of course he announced that this is episode 4 instead of the original movie. So yeah, I do like this one, the original version anyway. It's one of my all-time favourite movies, so yeah. How much time?